Now let's begin the story.
I ain't your average cat, I slap box with lions. Ever since the 5th grade, kickball with tires. Made a mini fortune off a ripped off appliance. Money wanted stove back, hit dog with irons. Boogie need to find God, shit dog I'm trying. That's why I robbed the Deacon house. Man, quit your lying. I did it and do it again and then repeat.
H-Town's finest 16 Shots podcast.
I'm lightning with the blue.
We got
He hit you with that Joe Budden and retired on.
Man, that nigga ain't retired. That nigga rap, sing, dance, play the flute, all that shit.
The Locks versus Dipset. Everybody, most people would say, in fact, the conversation was Dipset is going to wash the Locks because Cameron's catalog is doper than Jadakiss catalog. The Dipset anthems songs were doper, but when it was time to perform and put on, when it was time to show and tell, Jadakiss performed. Yeah. He performed, and he
I know. I get what you're saying.
I don't know if that's 100% true, Bug. And when I say I don't know if that's 100% true, I'm not saying the way you feel about the Dipset is false. I'm saying I don't know if the majority of fans were that high on Dipset versus Locks, like Dipset was head and shoulders better than the Locks. I don't even know if I can agree with you that Dipset has bigger songs than the Locks. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't think that's probably a Google away, but I would go as far as to say if you're just talking numbers and stuff, I would assume, and I think you're reaching for your device over there, James.
No,
I would assume
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Oh, you reached for the beverage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Dipset got him, but I kind of do agree with him. Like music wise, I think I enjoy Dipset's music more. But if we're talking about like a battle or something like that, who can rap better and stuff like that and perform, then it might start leaning over towards the Locks. But if I'm just chilling and playing music, I probably would rather listen to Dipset.
I do think Dipset. I'm pretty sure Dipset has better numbers. So I'm not debating that, and I'm not saying Boogie's wrong. I'm not debating Boogie's stance either. So I don't know. Like I was looking at the verses, and I was online in our little social networks. Mm-hmm. Man, it seemed like New York was divided. I don't know if New York was just that 1,000% Dipset though.
Well, I think New York's been divided for a long time.
You are correct. You are correct.
I would also say that, like, even the Locks have talked about how Yonkers don't get their respect in New York.
Yeah.
Harlem, if you said Harlem versus Yonkers off the rip, you're going to have more Harlem nights than you have Yonkers people.
You do.
Yonkers had some dope artists, but just the optics similar to Benny the Butcher with the Buffalo. Like people like gangster rappers from Buffalo.
I honestly, bro, I ain't know niggas was in Buffalo like until Griselda came out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All I knew was the Buffalo Bills Mafia, and Buffalo Wings.
Yeah. I don't know how related all those things are.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's all I do. At first it did. I heard these grimy ass niggas rapping. I'm like, what? They got gangsters in Buffalo like that?
Cheese, no.
Like I would assume it was some Italian mafia gangsters in Buffalo, but I didn't know it was like us. You know what I'm saying? But you know.
Yeah, indeed.
I would definitely say tonight we can have an argument or disagreement. Because I'm thinking like Mr. Griselda over there, A-Dub, is that, oh man, it's been three Griselda projects that's dropped in the last 3 weeks.
I know, nigga.
And I really ain't heard a peep out of you, bro.
Yeah, I don't just talk to you about music like that.
What you on the pod, bro? You ain't came out and been.
I'm assuming you haven't checked these projects out.
I heard a couple of them.
Did they fail you?
No, I like Conway the Machine single out. This shit like some old throwback, boom, and then
Yeah.
The normal Benny the Butcher, I'm dumping the whole drum on you. Everybody that tried to shoot us and kill us died. You know what I'm talking about? The normal Benny the Butcher shit with his drum line. Hey, I'm trying to figure out though. Are they still
Was it
beefing?
mid?
Huh?
Was it mid or was it mid or was it fire?
I ain't gonna never tell you Conway mid.
What about the Benny?
I heard 2 tracks off the Benny. I ain't sat down with the Benny yet. I sat down with Conway first. Pause.
Yep. I think, man, I didn't hear those projects, but I think I'm kind of getting to the point where I think the average fan is kind of like messing music up even more because, like, I will be honest, a lot of music that's coming out, and I'm not talking about them, I'm just saying in general, is ass that's coming out. However, I think a lot of people want to air quotes be that different guy and say, "Oh, I hate it." The guy who, there was always the guy that says, "I hated Jay-Z. I was never a fan. I hate everything. I hate Drake." Those guys always existed, but I think there's more of them now. And now, music drops, and then you get, "I hate it. It sucks." And then you say, "All right, cool." You go to the next project, sucks. And I think the artists are getting to the point where they're like, "Man, I don't know what they want." And some of the stuff ain't so bad, but now everybody's confused because you got a million people under your post saying, "This sucks, this sucks," and you're like, "Damn."
Well, I'll piggyback that by saying, since we're talking about stuff that's said the ASS word, I've been trying not to cuss again, but I guess I'll cuss later on. But
Let's say G Willikers or something.
yeah. First off, I have to go back to Dub. Dub, have you heard the 2 biggest songs that came out in the last 72 hours? And you, Mr. Juggernaut.
I hope you're not speaking about Meg and Nicki.
Those are 2 biggest songs that dropped in the last 72 hours.
They are? Because I've been at work. So
yeah,
I've been listening to Joe Budden podcast at work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So outside of the what I heard, which was Hiss, it ain't my cup of tea. And then the Bigfoot, it seemed like it was just her reading Instagram post over a beat. I hope them make the 2 biggest songs that came out in the last 72 hours.
Man, sound like Plies right now.
Yeah.
Hating on Taylor Swift, but
who, me?
I mean, everybody's. Yeah, you sound like Plies hating on Taylor Swift.
I'm on brand. When have I come on this podcast and been a Meg Thee Stallion fan?
It's not about being a fan.
I'm asking, when have I came on this podcast and been a Meg Thee Stallion fan, bro?
This is what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is to deny that these 2 tracks, like them or hate them, right, are the 2 biggest tracks that come out in the last, like, just the fact that they came out, they're big tracks. I didn't say they were good. They're just big. They're very popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to like them to admit that.
Has anything else dropped in the last 72 hours to compete with the shit? I mean, because it's not like it's
Eminem
popular.
And Benzino.
I heard Eminem and Benzino. I heard him rhyme. I heard him rhyme like Animal Control in Sandra Bullock's Nose. I heard him rhyme that.
Oh my gosh.
I heard him rhyme that. I heard him rhyme Animal Control and Sandra Bullock's Nose. And
that
I also
sounds very
heard
alarming.
him. I heard him say, "I will come at your neck if you have one." So
Yeah.
I did hear that, but I heard a little bit of his. The only reason why they're big records is because it's like it's female rap beef, bro.
It's drama, yeah.
Yeah, it's drama. That's why. It's not because it's good music. So
I wasn't comment. Well, I'm going to comment on the quality of the music in a second, but there was one line that I really respected out of Nicki, and she said, "Same flow, hoe," and I was like, to me, the other stuff, installations or whatever, when she said that, I think that is a direction that she can go in to end it. Now, I also think that her beefing with Megan is more of a it helps Megan more.
Yeah.
It helps Megan more than it helps Nicki, because there's no metric you can look at where Megan is really competing with Nicki Minaj. Like there's no metric with her popularity or longevity or Nicki's way up there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And Megan is rising. But the back and forth, to me, and I listen to it just to have an objective ear, to be able to have a conversation about it with anybody when it comes up, because I knew it would blow up because they're two popular people, and to be able to, to say I didn't like it because, or or I liked it, or I not just be able to say I ain't like it because it's.
I didn't like the Meg track because she ain't got a legit hook on the song. I didn't like the Meg track because she was talking way too much shit before the song. Like,
yeah,
it didn't sound like a single. It didn't sound like a number 2 single drop for an album that's coming out. She dropped Cobra, and then his is single number 2. It didn't sound like a legit single number 2. It sounded like a mixtape joint that you would drop to get at somebody, which she did get at everybody. She shot at Nicki. She shot at Drake. She shot at the ex Partisan. What's his name? Partisan.
Party Fontaine.
Yeah, she shot at him. She shot at Joe Budden podcast. So she shot at a lot of people. I think
that's the thing, though. I think it's like with situations like this, unless we talking about Drake back to back, most people don't be making a song that's like a structured song. They're just hey, I just want to rap against you, and I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's good, because I do agree with you. It'll probably go further if it was a song that you actually would want to listen to. Because the only reason the numbers are going to be up on both of the songs is the next 2 weeks, people are going to be like, what did you think of this? It's going to be a talking point, and it's going to kind of fizzle out. I don't think this is like a song that people are going to be like, man, I need to play this at the barbecue in the next decade.
They not, but she dropped it as a number 2 single though. So now it's like, the number 3 single is really going to be the heat. I don't know. And then you're dropping your number 2 single for an upcoming album coming out. This shooting at Nicki. It's not even structured like a mixtape song. And Nicki just
does it matter? Hold on. Why does that matter?
Because it's not a good song, especially to drop for me. Especially for me to drop it as my number 2 single. It's not a good song,
bruh. This is the artist in me talking. Why does it matter the structure of the song?
It's not a single criteria song. It's not a number 2 single song, bro. It's like a mixtape ready song. Don't make that face. We've put together albums. Time. I'll let you talk. We've put together albums before, bro. You know the difference between a song what we're trying to drop. You know we're making mixtape songs versus album cut songs, bro. There's a different structure to how we do it. It's a different format we're trying to drop. A different song we're trying to create to be a single versus a mixtape.
I disagree totally.
You do?
I disagree. Yeah, because
of course you disagree with me. Because you started out shooting me over 72 songs.
Hold on, let me say. There's no formula for a song.
That's bullshit. You know it.
Okay, no, it's not, bro. If I want to make a 7-minute song, like I said, if I want to make a 4-minute song, I could make a 4-minute song. But hold up. The example is for the last, like you're saying, people been formulaic making songs. What about Panda? What about the last 3 years, people making 1-minute songs?
I never talked about the time. I never talked about the length of the song time-wise. I'm saying that you make structured songs. You mean to tell me that there's no structure into putting a song together? There's no thought process into putting a song together? I'm just going into the booth and rapping until I get tired? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, if listen, the structure of the song is not predicated upon it doesn't have to be hook, verse, hook. It could be any kind of. It could be just hook, verse. It could be verse and go off. It could be whatever.
Time out. Let me give you some clarity. I'm not saying that every song has to have a certain type of structure. I'm not saying that. So I'm not saying that you can't put out any kind of song you want. What I am saying is, when I'm putting together an album, and I'm picking singles and dropping singles, I'm probably making a different kind of song or kind of structured song than I would for a mixtape cut.
What's the structure of Millie?
I don't know, bro. It has whatever structure the artist wanted. I'm not debating the structure. I'm not debating what the structure is. I'm telling you.
No, I'm saying, is that a mixtape structure or is that a album structure?
I don't want to argue, bro.
I'm asking you. No, you made a point, but I'm asking you a question. Now we arguing. I'm asking you a question.
Again, I don't know what Wayne's thought process was when he wrote A Milli.
I didn't ask you that. I said,
but I told you that. I don't know what his thought process was when he made the structure of that song. I'm not Wayne, so I can't tell you that.
So what I'm saying is that Millie was 100% a mixtape song that all he did was put it on the album and it blew up to the number one song.
It was a fire song.
There's no particular structure you have to do to make a hit song or to make a song.
Does his have the structure and format of a hit song? I'm asking.
The what?
Does his have the format and structure of a hit song?
There is no format or structure to a hit song.
If you're an A&R and that hits your desk at single number 2, are you going to say, like, this is a fire-ass single, let's drop this? Or are you going to say, you know what, let's go back to the drawing board. This might be an album filler. In your opinion. You're the AR. You got to make a decision.
Okay, but that what I'm saying is that's an interesting question. It's an interesting question because if Millie comes on your desk and
you're not Wayne. You're not Wayne. It's not Millie. We're talking about Meg Thee Stallion, bro. We ain't talking about Lil Wayne, one of the greatest artists to ever rap. We ain't talking about that. Lil Wayne got mixtapes that's better than half these niggas' real albums. So we ain't talking about Wayne.
I'm asking a question. If you come across my desk and I'm an A&R, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, put this out because all this stuff in here, people gonna want to hear this and buy it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna put it out.
Well, I didn't say not put it out. I didn't say not put it out.
So you're saying?
So what would you have done with it? What would you?
Me?
Yeah.
Me or Dub?
No, Dub. What would you have done with it? An EP or just a Lucy? Like, how would you have?
I want to drop it. I want to drop it as a second. I want to drop it as a second single. And the other people, I might be. It might not be a second single, but whatever. I want to drop it as a second single. I would have dropped it as either an album filler or you want to go at Nicki. Just drop it as you want to go at Nicki. I wouldn't have promoted it how it was promoted, how it was marketed and dropped. Calling radio station, exclusive drop. The marketing that was behind it, it was dropped as single number 2. Cobra was single number 1. Hiss is single number 2, and then you get the grand finale with single number 3. That's how it's marketed. I think
this kind of shows us what a sad place we're in. I'm not gonna say that this song's never was like popular because we know that people always have love drama, and this didn't just start. But this song is almost sponsored by Zeus Network. It's kind of like if you look at how this year has gone, and like I said, it didn't just start, but this year, anybody that did anything normal, it's just how you said, you didn't even hear the people that you're a fan of too much. But it seems like you might have heard more of Hiss and Benzino and Eminem and Cat Williams interview and it's just been a lot of stuff. And we just now at this close to the second month of the year, but it's a lot of stuff around who got something to say. I can guarantee you the time that we're recording this episode, once we wake up in the morning, we're going to find out that somebody responded to something or somebody else is chiming in, and it's a 3-way battle, and it's just going to keep on. This is where we are.
And you know what? Now, this might be their structure for success, is the drama. Like, you know what? We ain't got to have that much substance. Let's get the drama. You shooting at people. You're starting the song off how you started off. You ain't even really got no hook because you're just shooting at people. This might be the structure and format they want to roll with for success. You are correct.
Because people back in the day, like, minus like, I think like Hit 'Em Up and some of the big diss songs, I think diss songs would just be like, it'll just like, they'll put out their normal single and the diss song will just be somewhere on the album. And then you'll just hear an album and be like, oh, I think he's talking about such and such here. It wouldn't be like, yo, I'm making a video. This is like, put it on the Breakfast Club. It wasn't, you know.
I don't know. To
Boogie's credit, I might be thinking with a age thought process of how I would want to drop music. Yeah. If I was dropping music now, I wouldn't want to lead with the bullshit. I would want to lead with good structured music. I wouldn't want to lead with disses.
What was the first single off the Chronic?
I don't know.
Yeah. What is it? Fuck. Oh.
Hell wanna fuck with Dre.
Yeah.
It was an Easy this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then there was a video for
Dre Day.
Yeah. Mr. Buster, where the fuck you at? Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, the entire rollout for the Chronic was pretty much a diss.
Yeah. I hear you.
Right?
I hear you.
So, like, nah, bro.
What was the major diss song on the Chronic though?
Nigga, the whole album was a diss.
I'm asking. Because you said one of the singles was a diss track, right? What single was that?
What? Dre Day?
Dre Day, yeah.
The first line of the song, Mr. Buster, where the fuck you at? Can't rhyme with the first line was
But the actual song was but the actual song was single material song.
What you mean? The song was a diss.
I'm not arguing the fact that the song was a diss.
I think he's bringing it back to the structure.
I'm saying that it was an actual good fucking song. I'm not arguing if it was a diss or not, Book. Again, I'm not arguing. I'm not saying, and I'm not saying that a diss track can't be a single. I'm saying the diss track she put out should not have been a single. She shouldn't have led with that. I ain't saying you can't have. Look, I'm not saying a diss track can't be a single if the diss track is a fire ass song. I'm saying this song don't meet that criteria for me. That's all I'm saying.
But okay, that's fair. No hate on your opinion, sir. But but I'm going to say that I think that for 30-something years they have been doing that. Like they have been doing whole videos making fun of their enemies. I mean, DJ Quick first single off his second album was Dollars and Cents.
Who is getting an MC8, right?
Yeah. Mobb Deep got on because of LA, right? Like,
I think you're confusing my point. You're confused. No, let me finish. You're confusing my point that I'm saying the diss track shouldn't be a lead single. I'm saying this diss track shouldn't be a lead single. This structure of this diss track.
The history of the diss track.
I get that, but he's also naming the fire ass diss tracks that have fire ass structure. So
that's fire.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good fucking song. The song itself is a good fucking song. Like Ether is a diss track, right?
Yeah.
Fire ass song with great structure. That's all I'm saying.
I think LA was a weak. I think that was garbage to me.
Oh, well,
in fact, people in New York will be like, the only reason they got behind it is because they were shooting back at New York.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know.
Well, drama has always sold. It's just great. It's flaming now. And like I said, we barely in the year, and to be honest, I kind of feel like I ain't gonna say like, oh, Nicki's going poor or nothing like that, because that would be crazy. But at this point in her career, she might need something like this. And I'm not saying she needs Megan, but she may need this kind of momentum and shit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Somebody said if Nicki Minaj keep being this childish, her husband gonna have to report for.
I see where that's going already.
Oh man, I don't know why Nicki's even giving this attention, bro. To be honest, I don't even know why they beefing. Do we even know why they got beef?
I mean, they're talking about it,
huh?
Yeah,
they're talking about why they had beef.
No, like how did it really happen though? Because I know they did a song together, and then I don't know if Nicki got mad because Meg did Hot Girl Summer with her, and then she went and did WAP with Cardi. I don't know. I don't really know where they start having beef at.
I do know that Nicki seems to have a really childish mindset, like outside of music, but kind of surrounding the music. I know once, Tory Lanez told a story that Nicki sent him a verse. He gave her some feedback, and he was like, "Hey, I like your verse, but can you do like, a little of this and a little less that?" And she said, "Fuck you, nigga," and she was like, "Take the verse off. I don't want it. Pull it out." And she didn't fix it. She was like, "You don't give me feedback." When she does interviews and stuff like that, it's kind of like stuff like that. I always hear that she's like, "Well, take this part out and take this, just show me in the positive. Like they just say she's really difficult to work with. And I think she's like 40 something or 40 or something like that. But you know, she's out here beefing with them about who's got the largest foot and etc. So
yeah, I don't like the fact that she was trying to clown Meg, talking about she rapped like Bun B and Pimp C. I don't like that.
Yeah, I saw
bro.
people getting mad about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I don't like that because one, Meg don't rap like Bun or Pimp, and two, yeah, man, them Texas greats. You gotta watch them off, Miss Minaj. You know what I'm talking about?
I think a lot of times though, with like what I've been seeing, and I'm not just firing at the fans here, but I've just been seeing a lot of it. But people like Megan, because they did this to the baby. They said, "Oh man, he rapped the same all the time." And then when he finally kind of, which is true, it's not like this is false. But when I noticed he tried to change it, he was like, "Oh, I'll just sing a little." Then they clowned him. They was like, "This sucks," and he kind of just went back to his regular formula. And I think Megan's afraid of it because they say that about her also. But I'm sure if she sings or does something else, they're just gonna clown her, and then she's gonna be right back going and she's just gonna she's just gonna go back to the.
Now, I will say this. A lot of the commentary and the reason why these things go sideways because the people who are commenting, their fan bases aren't 25. They're not 35 to 45-year-olds. They're more 15 to 25-year-olds than 35 to 45-year-olds. And what I'm saying is, there are people who haven't developed their cerebral cortex to a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't matured to a certain level, right? So even in their mature statements, there's a level of immaturity to it. So yeah, I'm gonna be like, and to transition, I love what you said about Nikki being difficult or strange.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the more higher tier of artists you get, the stranger of an individual you'll start talking to, right? And the juxtaposing that is that you have a fan base that has a common man's view of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have an artist, and I think it's two artists, one former artist on the pod right now.
I'm probably the former artist, nigga. You the one that dropped the song more recent.
Yeah.
Who I was listening to the song you said, the song I didn't finish, Velvet. I'll listen to the day, but I'll talk about that later. But that the way their mind works, like, you don't think Jay-Z a weirdo? You don't think that Nicki Minaj a weirdo? You don't think that Tory Lanez a weirdo? You don't think that Drake is a weirdo? You don't think that these people are weirdos?
Mm-hmm.
Not weirdo, but you don't think their brains work differently, right?
Yeah.
There's,
I know what you're saying.
There's no way that they do what they do and be in the box person. You know who?
Yeah.
You know who in the box person? Project Cat.
Why you say Project Cat in the box person though? I'm asking.
Because the content and the way that he does what he does.
You feel he a one-trick pony?
You can see that Project Cat is not going to get on the track and start singing at you. Right?
Man,
you know what to expect.
I hope none of our Memphis fans get at you, bro.
I don't care if they do, man. What are they gonna say? Yeah, he will. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying
I don't think I gotta sing just to be an out the box artist.
No,
I might do it.
But you know what though? I think it's crazy though, and I ain't gonna sit here and try to argue just to argue, because the people who say Meg and the baby or whoever they be talking about that they have, that they only sound like this, it's like a lot of artists, or almost most artists, even not just music, like a painter, they have a certain style that they paint. Bob Ross sat there and painted mountains and oceans for however many years, and we just kept watching. But it doesn't mean he's not talented. It just means this is what I do. And, and some people can we got Prince, who was playing 50 instruments and stuff like that. So those strange people that you're speaking of, they do exist. But I think sometimes that's probably why it's so hard for a Megan or the baby to say, just say if the baby said, I'm going to jump on boom bap, he's going to do the same flow, or he's going to be completely lost because he's going to say, oh, snap, this is, but somebody else might could do boom bap and trap or something. It's just
my point. It's my point. My point is that, and this is my personal point. This is not I'm saying it's fact. This is my point. My point is always saying that it's hard to measure people. I think that it's all art. When you're talking about Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson, or you're talking about the baby and Prince or whatever, it's all art. Yeah. And usually how we look at it is like they're all artists in some type of way now, but you have certain people who their art transcends and you can tell that they're not their art is they're on a whole different level. Like
they're strange, like you said, in a good way.
You can't predict what Andre 3000 gonna do.
Yeah.
You can't predict what Eminem gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you what Project gonna say. I don't have to hear but 2 songs, and I can tell you the next 30 songs gonna be like this.
Yeah.
It's not a knock on him. That's just saying it's what it is, right?
Yeah.
We celebrate diversity and uniqueness, right?
Yeah.
We celebrated Bun B's uniqueness, right?
Mm-hmm.
We knew Pimp C was gonna come with the pimp stuff, but then Bun B's gonna hit you. His uniqueness, his ability to maneuver through words. You know what I'm saying? His ability to rhyme words that you didn't even think he was gonna come like that.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Paul Wall who gonna come down and drown and blind every time. It's not bad. It's not that. I'm just saying that when you're looking at it from a distance, I'm gonna put Nicki Minaj in a conversation with the Waynes and the Drakes and the Pacs.
Mm-hmm.
These entities.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put Megan and some of these other people in the second tier or a different tier, not second, but a different tier, because they don't have the ability, or they haven't displayed the ability to dance or to just be unique.
Yeah. And to your point, they say that about a lot of the great people like that they're difficult. This is not personal to Nicki. I heard Tupac was difficult in the studio. I heard Prince was very difficult to be around, and he has expectations and things like that. We see Diddy got people walking for the cheesecake. So it's just certain people that are in a different caliber of what they do. They, and it may be because they're different, like you're saying. Whereas Project Pat, and I am a fan of Project Pat, but I can't argue with you that, And also, he even admitted that and it probably sounds like it even to you, that he said he didn't even want to rap. He was just a dope dealer that was just around. And they was rapping, and he was just around. They were like, oh, why don't you get on it? And he, people took to it, and then he was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll do this. But he was never like, this is my thing. I love music like that. He just fell and landed on the microphone.
All I'm saying is, Bug, if any of these Memphis niggas try to jump me because of your take, you gonna owe me lunch, all right? I ain't talking about like Subway either. I'm talking about like Perry's Steakhouse or Capitol Grill or Steak 48. You know what I'm saying?
I think the way he said it, if somebody's wise enough to receive it correctly, because I'm from Mississippi, and the part I'm from like 45 minutes outside of Memphis. I'm a super Project Pat fan. I'm a super 3-6 Mafia fan, but I'm not going to sit here and say, yo, I want to put Project Pat against Jay-Z or something like that. I just like it just to listen to, like, because that's what I'm listening to. But some people can't differentiate, like, hey, I like this guy. Like, I heard somebody say Gucci Mane is like probably the top lyricist. And I think what he couldn't say is, I like it. It reminds me of a special time in my life. Maybe if he would have said that, then I would, one would have got on his head.
You know what? Gucci might be the top lyricist for this young man, depending on who he feels lyricists are. So, you know what I'm saying? And I love Gucci. I love ratchet music.
Yeah, and that proves that's not a diss either. Yeah, that proves more of his point. It's just certain things that you say about certain people make you say, well. And you probably got a Gucci Mane CD over there behind you somewhere. But,
I play Gucci Mane Christmas St. Brick's Christmas album every year, bro.
Facts.
Hey,
So, yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Bob Ross. Have you have either of you young
this man
men
got naked or what?
You know he gonna change clothes like 5 times.
Every single time, man.
Have either of you young men heard this conspiracy about Bob Ross?
Oh, you finna teach me something. I want to hear this.
I forgot the actual serial killer or what he was. It wasn't. It was one of these serial killers that they never could catch. And the conspiracy theory is that Bob Ross was actually the serial killer, and what he was doing was painting where these bodies were found in his paintings, because apparently where these bodies were being found were similar scenes that Bob Ross painted. So the theory is that he was a serial killer. He would kill these people, young women, young men, bury them in these remote places, and then paint the fucking scene in his artwork.
You know what? If somebody digs deeper into that, I will be very interested in. I'm not the guy that just runs off with every conspiracy I hear, but I will say a lot of times every time when somebody be flipping out and be crazy or a serial killer, the first thing they say is he was a nice guy. He just never seemed like he was, he's just very neat. He tucked his shirt in. It was nice to everybody. They said, what was his name? The guy with the Netflix series. What's his name? Dahmer. Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer. They said he was a super nice guy.
Yeah, unless you were black. But
pleasure to be around.
black and of a certain type of
what you like to do in a late night hour.
There you go. You know what? But to piggyback off that, the great American poet once said, "Maybe I'm crazy." He said, "Maybe I'm crazy. Does that make me crazy?" And like, I can totally see. I've been. In fact, it happened to me a couple weeks ago, where I had to do something to somebody, and I got a phone call the next day, and they were like, "I can't believe you did that," and like nobody saw that coming out of you. And I'm like, yeah, man, people would take your kindness or your jovialness or your happiness for weakness. And everybody doesn't have the ability to turn it. Like sometimes people take that that disrespect to like, man, you see how much love I'm giving in this world to the point where you treat me this way? Like that means that what I'm doing don't mean nothing. So I'm gonna show you what I could be, and they don't stop because the human mind is frail, man. So,
I'm confused. So you had to like turn up on somebody, bro?
He slapped somebody, and he doesn't want to incriminate himself here.
No. No. I had to tell somebody something.
A piece of your mind
in a public forum, and I had to give a coach a tech, and the guy that was there. Like, he didn't tell me this, but he called the office, whatever. And they were like, I can't believe, like, that's the friendliest guy I know. I couldn't believe that he did that. It's like all he does, like not to go on a tangent, but when I go to courts and go places, like the admin, the kids, the parents, like, and I coach high school. I rep high school, middle school, all. Like they come and like high five me before the guy give me hugs before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking about both teams. Like and and for me to be like technical foul and tell them like, bro, don't I didn't curse or anything, but like they're like, for him to do that, like they were surprised. I'm like, yeah, man, because bro, you see how I give it up, and you trying to play me like, come on, man, like, bro, like this is not an act. This is me being genuine, and you spit.
He probably had a new date. He probably had a date, and he wanted to show her that he was a goon, so he can have a successful afternoon after the game. What it was. I don't know. He wanted to pull his pants down that night.
No, it's that the way that our society set up now is that things aren't what they seem to be, right? And
Yeah,
people portray themselves to be something else. So, like, they care about things that aren't important, right? So, yeah, of course, the score is important,
yeah,
but really, the integrity of how I handle myself is more important
yeah,
in this game
yeah,
at all times. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like, not that I'm disrespected, that I want to fight you or I'm mad at you, but I'm like, bruh, like the way that I act is more important than anything. And the way that I handle people is more important than anything. So you can't handle me any kind of way
Yeah,
based on the score. I'm like, bro, you mad because of that score. But that score ain't
yeah.
important, man.
He probably had
That score ain't
somebody.
important.
Somebody probably had a camera phone on him, and he needed to
The funny
have
part
that
is
moment.
that's what happened. He pulled out his phone and started recording. I'm like, okay, cool. I
Yeah,
don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but you're showing that you care more about that score than you care about the game. Because if it was me, I would work on what I'm doing and try to fix it, not worry
you know
about
what
the
though?
stripes.
I know you're saying he had the phone himself, but just in general, I have a theory that I've noticed here because I've heard this about reality shows and I've seen this in real life with cell phones. There was a not saying we didn't get down back in the day because we're similar age or close enough, but there was times I'm sure that you might have almost got into it with somebody, and at some point y'all were able to have a conversation and not go there. But here is what I've noticed. I think just how you said people be pressured to be something else. Now, just say, I don't think my mom works like this, but just say me and you are in person, we have a disagreement. Whatever you
Yeah,
say to me, I don't like it. Whatever I say
yeah,
to you, you don't like it. But
yeah,
but you know what? I'm like, you know what? I think we could just, talk about this. But then I turn around as I'm squashing it and you're like, cool, we good.
yeah.
And then I see 10 phones pointed at me. Now I feel like I gotta punch you because I'm like, oh, I've been punked on camera. You and
Yeah, yeah.
I think this is what's happening. Like you and somebody come to agreement and you're like, hey, cool, my bad. And then you turn around and you see 10 phones pointing and you say, you know what, James? I think I'm gonna have to slap you now. It's like, okay, that's what's happening.
The face, in the face,
Yeah,
hard
yeah. Because they
with
see
both
the
my
camera.
hands. Man, my good friend Nathan Jones, that's his full name. Nathan Jones, aka Ice Cream.
Mm,
He posted something today, and he talked about we used to play basketball in his backyard growing up, and
mm.
we used to play on crates. I grew up in the hood, in the
Oh yes,
hood.
I'm familiar.
We used to play on crates that we cut the
Mm.
bottoms out and
And put
play
it
with
up
the
there.
little yeah, we had it was and his backyard. We had it was a tree and the back of his house, maybe 20 feet in between. Both of us, what you call them. We
Hmm.
used to play on crates. Me, him, my guy Pop, Anthony Dockery, really a myriad of people. But what I'm saying, I know me, him, Anthony Dockery, and Pop would have 2-on-2 battles like for
Hmm.
hours
Yeah,
on the crates. And it's moments like that didn't have no cameras, that didn't have any cell phones, that molded the people that we are today. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
And you see things on camera that are like 2 second blurbs that define the life of people. Like, oh, he crossed over da 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 in his backyard, but it's or da 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 da.
yeah,
But it's like, bro, like we didn't all almost came to. In fact, we've had fights. We've had
yeah,
fights, fist fights back then. Turned around and had to, hug it out. There wasn't no cameras around. There wasn't no mamas. There wasn't no daddies. It was like, man, bro, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Facts.
That part of life is gone.
Yeah, it's over. It's a wrap for all that.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Now, as soon as somebody get loud,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's like either I can't. You got me on
yeah,
camera.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
me on camera. Oh no, I gotta kill you.
And you know what? The crazy thing with you saying that too, that it how this is how illogical it is that people, for a moment of embarrassment, if somebody talk you down from doing whatever you was wanted to do, it might feel embarrassing if people looking at it, but it's less embarrassing when you think about what you might have done to that person, or whether you win or lose or whatever. But because you might hit somebody and win, and they gonna win when it come to court. You know what I mean? But you still know you shouldn't have did that. Afterwards, you like, okay, I knocked them out, but now I got to deal with these fees and tickets and whatever else come with it. But people don't think about that. People, people are finished. They see finish him, and the screen go dark, and it's time to do your fatality right then, because people look, and I don't want nobody to see me like this. Whereas back in the day, you might fight, or you might just be like, cool, there's a misunderstanding, and go on about your day. It's gone.
It does. How many times?
I like to fight.
How many times did you go into a corner and fight somebody? How many times did you like, hey man, let's just go over there and fight and get it up with?
I've had a lot of just one-on-one fights in the bathroom, at school, nobody around, maybe one or two people to make sure it ain't no jump. Them the fights I like. I don't like that fight in front of the crowds and niggas hyping you up. That ain't no real fight. You fight me because niggas wanted you to. An ego thing.
You don't even know if you really feel like that.
When we got a real disagreement, hey man, meet me in the locker room when second period start. You know what I'm saying? And then it's you, that person, one or two homies to make sure it go down the way it's supposed to go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I like them fights. I like to fight. Nigga, we can fight every day. We can turn up every day and fight every day.
Yeah.
You can beat my ass on Monday. Cool. You gonna fight me on Wednesday, my nigga. And then if you beat me on Wednesday, you gonna fight me on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We gonna fight till I win. And then after I win,
that's the problem.
And then after I win, we gonna fight again so I can catch back up.
Yeah.
That's the problem right there, man. That's the problem right there.
What's the problem? I ain't saying do it in front of camera. This just me.
No.
I like to fight though.
But I'm saying.
Now
that,
I'm also a reasonable nigga, and we'll probably talk to you first before we fight. But if the fight has to happen, then Now at 43, I ain't doing all that fighting. I ain't got time. I got a good 1-2 minutes in me. Yeah. So we gonna talk about it first.
Yeah.
And
okay. Well,
at 43, I'm telling you about like teenager dub. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let me
retract my statement about that's the problem. So where I grew up at, bro.
In Houston?
We was all trained. Yeah, I grew up in a different part of Houston.
In Houston?
Yeah, in Houston. But where I grew up at in Houston,
in Third Ward,
like we was all trained.
That's so
with our
much
hands.
further from the South Side. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we was all trained. Well, did you go to the PABA? Did you go to the PABA every weekend?
I'm not from Third Ward. We didn't have a PABA. We had another boxing arena in Harem Clark, Texas, sir. We had the Savaho, whatever it's called, boxing club. And so yes, I did attend that every weekend, sir.
Okay, well, we all attended that, right? So we all learned young that it don't take much, like, and anybody can lose, right?
Yeah.
And so we learned to respect each other a different way. So it took different things to amp us up or to get to that point, because it's like, okay, I don't care if he little or he big, we all train with our hands in a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Of course, some people are better, some people are worse, whatever. But anybody can win or lose. So the argument or the disagreement was at core. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't emotional. Mm-hmm. It was emotional, but it was at core. Because emotionally, yeah, I'm mad at you for whatever. Like you fouled me or blah blah blah. But oh yeah, he know the same punch I know. He know the same shoulder movement I know. So
yeah,
it might not end well for either one of us, right?
And you don't know who that is.
I respect his hands. He respect my hands. And so as you get older and older, as we got older and older and older, it's like, man, that's not even, man, come on, man. Wait.
You know
what I'm saying? Now we can just talk.
You know what really fixed it for me though at a young age? when it came to actually talking about it instead of actually fighting was, it's tough when you at school and you got a disagreement with somebody or y'all got beef and y'all go box it out in the locker room, right?
Mhm.
And then 30 minutes later, I got to put on shoulder pads and go out here and have your back.
Mhm.
How I'm going to have your
Yeah.
back. And we just been beefing, fighting over some female or something. You know what I'm saying? And so to come to that realization that me and you just had a scuffle 30 minutes, now we putting on shoulder pads and we got to go play against this opposing team. And at the end of the game, this opposing team, because they from the north, we from the south, now they want to jump us. So now that same dude that I just had this scuffle with and we was boxing over some bullshit earlier, now we back to back boxing some other niggas. So
I think you got a valid point there though too, because back in the day, whether it was I was banned from playing sports, so I wasn't on a sports team or nothing like that. But some of the same people that I had disagreements with, and I would fight them, they was still from my neighborhood. So if somebody else from another neighborhood came over there, it was kind of the same thing. What you're saying, they was like, "No, you ain't finna fuck with Velvet," And I'm like, "Oh, y'all with me? Because I fought you yesterday." But we were still rocking like that or whatever. And I think now it's kind of like, I did the same example. I'm like, me and James have a disagreement, then we block each other on Facebook, and then we just go our separate ways. We never have the opportunity to say, "Oh, I speaking of, I've seen people, threaten violence on James Book, Mr. Book, because of his opinion on music." And sometimes we didn't have the same opinion. I'm just like, "Oh, that's how you feel. That's how I feel," and that's the end of it. But I've seen other people. It was like, "Drop your address. You don't like this album?" And it's like, what? I'm just reading it like, dang, you don't like the same CD, and y'all want to.
So some of these younger people don't understand like real consequences. Like I think they don't understand, and it might sound cliche. We hear people say they don't understand the value of life or the price of life, but like a lot of stuff that people are beefing over and ending someone's life, it's stupid, bro. Like
It didn't call for that, yeah.
it ain't called for all of that because and this is the dumbest shit to me because like and I don't know if it's bigger than this with some of this like Chicago drill rap battle or some of this rap beefs where somebody dissed you on a song. Like it's rap.
Two men writing poetry about each other.
Me and Boog are rappers. We should be able to diss each other on tracks and go back and forth dissing each other. Like that's the art of hip hop in certain aspects of it. We should be able to do that, and I shouldn't have to worry about, and he shouldn't have to worry about when we out and about somebody in your camp gunning one of us down over a song.
It ended at the microphone.
Exactly. And then you lose a young soul who was a talented artist who probably was feeding you niggas. And then so that's gone. So that lifestyle you was living is gone. And then on top of that, two lives ended because one is dead and one is gonna be in jail till he dead. It's crazy. And
but you know what though? I think discernment is like I guess Mr. Boog is naked again. The discernment is kind of gone to be able to make decisions because just how I said, there's a camera in your face or whatever may be the reason for people to like, I'm not going to say people can get away with anything with me, but I know what calls for going here and what calls for a conversation and what calls for, I'm going to leave. I'm in a restaurant. I don't like the waiter. I ain't finna argue with them. I don't want to spit on my food. I'm going to just leave. But somebody else might punch the waiter because he didn't bring ketchup or something. So you got to know the difference between when do you go there and when do you just be like, all right, people, you remember people stepping on your shoe at the club. People done got shot over that. And it's like, I don't wear all white shoes I don't be in a club, but when I was like, not all white shoes. I'm aware of whatever shoe, somebody probably gonna step on it at some point in time. Somebody probably gonna bump into me. I'm aware of these things. It's just the other stuff, I guess, maybe your kids or your wife or something that may actually make you go there. But it's a lot of other stuff where it don't be called for.
98% of the time in my life, I don't turn up over anything. You most of the time, someone insults me, I'm like, all right, you got it, bro. The only 1% is when I gotta talk to this nigga JB about some shit he be tripping on. And I only argue with Boog. Honestly, he's the only person to argue with. I don't know why. I think it's because I let my guard down. I let him get under my skin, and then I wake up like, who he talk to? But outside of that, and that's because also I love the guy, so I already know any altercation or disagreement we truly have, it ain't gonna end in no fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, man, because you two, I've been on here before, and y'all, I'm aware of a lot of y'all's past. But let me ask you this: when y'all are together, because I could tell that what y'all do here on this podcast isn't just turn on the camera and then we turn it up, and then when we turn it off, then we stop. Matter of fact, I was here before we pressed record, and the same thing that's happening here was happening prior to recording. So when y'all are not on the podcast at all, and I know y'all in two different cities and stuff, but when y'all are around each other,
we in the same city.
Oh, y'all in the same city?
I don't know if Boogie allowed. I don't know if Boogie allowed to leave the house.
Like, can y'all just chill and go eat, or do y'all be turning up, like, not turning up violence, but like, do y'all be kind of going back and forth about sports or whatever, or do y'all just chill? So just chill.
We be chilling. Hold on, talking about Mr.
I
Velvet.
picture y'all doing this at Applebee's.
Mr. Velvet, is he muffled right now when he talked?
Yeah, he kind of. Yeah,
okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. All right.
I'm back and forth.
If we was at Applebee's, bro. If we was at Applebee's, honestly, I'd probably be just chilling, drinking something, and we'd have a normal conversation, bro. And it probably wouldn't get to any kind of heatedness of the conversation unless we both drunk. Now, if we both drunk, I
picture y'all doing this crap all the time, like at freaking in the mall, picking out a shoe. This ain't better than that one. You sleep.
No, because honestly, you know what I'm saying? We have our own we have our own different kind of styles and shit too. Like, I'm more fly than he is. He's more like third wall fly. I'm Harold Clark fly. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I don't know.
I'll take it.
So we're kind of like different.
Y'all don't clash because y'all have separate interests when it comes to that.
Yeah, and honestly, the only time we really clash is when we talking on this pod like that over something like we have a strong opinion over, or if we've had many drunken nights at the studio in between songs, going back and forth over like the wildest shit too. It'll be like religion in the Bible. And
it ain't even about it has nothing to do with the song.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the song. You know what I'm saying?
Some side conversation.
So one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The two of us, messing up. Who is the more docile out of both of us?
Probably me.
Hold on. Before he answered that, that's there's certain topics amongst friends that is only, there's no way it can end except if that question being an example. There's no way that answer of that question could go peacefully. That sounds like a bait for an argument.
No, Boogie is always baiting me for arguments, and I fall for it. And I get mad. I get out the podcast and get mad. I fell for it.
That's like saying who's the strongest or
I'm stronger than, of course. But no, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, but I'm saying
you probably are now. Shit.
I'm gonna say this. Of now at 43, they'll let shit go, right?
Yeah.
At 25, they'll let shit go.
Y'all had to keep going and going.
No, not about being hip. This period.
Yeah.
They'll let shit go.
I still don't let shit go, but I just handle it different.
I was letting shit go. Now I'm saying like, man, that shit ain't important, bro. Man, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep on moving. Not talking me and you. This period. This all together. You know what I'm saying? We're in places where I've been like, man, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go look and keep going, whatever. And man, them niggas, man, come on, bro. Like, of the 100 times we've been in contested situations, I'm not with us to get off to my when it's been some issues. How many times you had to grab me and be like, "Boogie, calm down."
Yeah, that's because you're scared though.
I'm scary.
Well, I would just baiting you in an argument.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping.
Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait.
Okay, but
You're not scared,
okay.
bro. But back then you was like a $105, $110 soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? You weren't built for that. You know what I'm saying?
I've
I've been 255. No, I'm not saying you're scared. You're not scared. But I've been 255, 260. You know what I'm talking about? I'm built for this.
Who should we back down from?
You're like swift and agile. You're built for speed. You know what I'm saying? I'm more or less built like a tank. I'm not built for speed.
Well, who have you seen me back down
Bro,
from?
I said 3 times in a row, you're not scary. I never said you back down for nobody.
I ain't talking about scaring down. I'm saying you've seen me. You with your eyes have seen me look Quentin Coriat in the face and be like, "Okay, we're gonna go head up."
Who?
Quentin Coriat.
I don't know if I remember that one. I know who Quentin Coriat is. I don't know if I remember that day.
Yeah, when
Which I was you had on shoulder pads? You was finna go heads up with an NFL nigga?
You was going head up on the court.
Oh, like on a basketball court?
I ain't talking about Joe. I'm talking about I got him. I got Quentin. I got Coriat.
Oh, you were like holding him in basketball?
Yeah, and he was holding me.
You a basketball nigga. You supposed to. You're supposed to go hold him. Like, you're athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to. It's basketball. You a basketball nigga.
But you just said I was a $105 and he 250.
But that's basketball, bro. You wasn't like backing him down in the paint. You was being agile and swift. You were using your crossover moves and you were like avoiding the contact. You were like going around.
What was he doing? Like, what was he doing when I had to hold him? Where he wasn't being agile.
I don't know. I probably was sitting on the sideline chilling.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wrote to me.
I don't know. I never said I never saw you drop buckets. I'm saying I don't remember that day.
Listen, I'm saying
brother, that was over 20 years ago. I don't know what happened then.
That's what I'm saying. He just said I was 105, which I never was, but he said I was light in the booty, and he said I was small.
Whoa, hey, that's crazy.
Light in the butt, whatever. He said I was 105. And I'm saying,
my bad. You was 125.
Nah, whatever. But I'm saying that this NFL DN that was playing that was with us. Yeah, I had to hold him too. I had to hold him too, right? Mm-hmm. He wasn't being agile, but I was like, let's go. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we can name 17.
At the end of the day, somebody got to be good cop, bad cop. So hopefully one of y'all was calming the other down, because if everybody turned up to the max at all, it sounds like
Boogie the nice guy, man. Boogie a nice guy, man. Boogie,
that's what I'm saying.
Boogie friendly as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He friendly as fuck. So he gonna go befriend the op before they become a real op. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just sit in the corner and watch the op to make sure the op don't do nothing stupid. So it kind of worked out.
I don't be friend of op. I'm an open, loving person, man. But then if it come down to it, then but once you try me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you'll try me. I'm saying, but once you try me, like, I don't have no problem getting down, win or loss.
Were you in debate class when you were in school?
No, I wasn't.
I wasn't. Because
I should have been.
Because what I've noticed about you is it was hard for me to see your nice side, because all I saw was you scolding people all the time when I was scrolling the internet. And then
that nigga's an internet bully though.
But then I learned that he's actually fond of arguments. He's like, I'm not saying run from the fight, but he's one of the people that how you said he's such a nice guy and stuff. So you wouldn't think such a nice guy. He sounds like a community man and everybody knows him and he knows everyone's families. But at the same time, when he gets home, he logs on the internet or maybe in person, and he wants to scold him and cuss him out and everything else. Because I'm going to tell a confession here. There's been times that I know what he's doing on the internet. Like, he'll normally pose a argument bait with a question. I might see a post, what's your favorite group? I'll put 3-6 Mafia. I love 3-6 Mafia. He wouldn't just say, I don't agree. He'll say, what do you like about these people? What is it that you like? And then I'll say, I just like this, and that. And he'll say, and would you say that this group is better than this group? And I'm like, oh, James, I just like this group. And then I'll see the bubbles moving, and then I'll just put down my phone and I'll say, because once he gets you started, you'll be going and going and going, and then you find out that you didn't complete the task that you were working on because you like, now he got you hot, and you're going back and forth, and then you see 40 comments of you and Mr. Boogie, and then you realize, oh, I got to do my laundry. So now I when I see the question, and if I don't want to really go, I just leave it alone and push like, or I'm gonna leave this alone.
But see, he tries to act like he doesn't. He tries to act like he doesn't do these things.
Yeah.
And that's what irritates me the most, because I'm like, what you're doing, bro. Like, know what you're doing. Why are you even doing this?
Other people don't know this. Like, when I see him interact with other people that don't know him like that, even in my group, like, I'll post something and then he'll put some kind of response, and I'll see them when they take the bait, and I noticed it before he even says anything else, and I'm like, oh, they responded to that, and I'm like, oh, snap.
He did it today.
And I'll come back and it'll say there's 100 comments in there, and I'll say, oh, it's probably just them two. Sure enough,
he did it on Facebook today.
Yeah.
What today?
You did it on Facebook today with the punctuation shit. With your punctuation post. I don't know if you did it today. It hit my timeline today. You may have did it yesterday. But the punctuation post.
No, what tripped me out though, because there are people who want to have influence on your kids, on your life. They'll tell you all these things, and then you try to, and then but they can't formulate a sentence, bro. And I'm like, I don't have a problem with somebody. I don't have a problem with people, typing a certain way. I understand it's the internet, whatever, but like,
you should run for mayor, man.
Man,
he'll be a good politician, bro. Like, he has like 40% of the act down, which is hot air. So he definitely would be a good politician.
Like, Dub, how many times in life can you say, bro, you lied to me, man?
Shit. We want to start.
Name one.
That makes him
hold on, time out. When you ask me how many times have you lied to me, first off, I'm not finna recall every instance. So I don't know why you asked me name one. No, because when I asked you to name because when I asked you to name one, you dance around it. So no, I'm not finna answer the question how you want me to answer, how you always tell me.
I said just name one.
So like I said,
See what I'm saying? I name one.
Oh no! When I ask, time out. Let's rewind, because when I be asking you to answer direct questions, your words were, you can't tell me how to answer the question. So I don't know how many times I got to tell you. I don't know the exact time. I just know that sometimes you be lying. And then if you would have let me finish my sentence, I wasn't saying that you lie to me purposely about serious shit. So that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. So I'm going to go back to what I'm saying. I don't ever want to purposely lie to anybody. If I'm lying to somebody or telling somebody a false truth, there's one or two things happening. One, I don't feel that person can handle the truth of the search of the answer. Or two, I don't think that that the information that they want to know, I was supposed to tell them.
Let's stay there. So who are you? Yeah. So who are you to even judge if the person can or can't handle what the truth that you're gonna tell them, and B, if you should tell them the truth that you're supposed to tell them. If you're speaking with someone who needs to know a truth, why wouldn't you be a truth speaker? I can hear you because you were talking to me. Why couldn't you be a truth speaker, bro? Like, why would you not tell that person the truth?
Okay,
everybody don't like the truth.
Exactly.
So don't ask me.
No. What I'm gonna say is, you said need, and I'm saying that sometimes the need and the want ain't the same. So to answer your question directly, like you like, so if you ask me a question,
I don't like the sauce you just put on there, bro.
Say it again. I heard you.
I
Just
don't
explain.
like the sauce you just put on that.
I heard you. I didn't.
Well,
I
if
did
you
not
heard me,
hear
why the fuck you asked me to repeat it?
You know what I'm saying? I didn't finish. I said, say, I want you to say it. I want you to say it again, but explain to me what you mean by sauce. I understand, but it's just for listener thing. It's not for me. It's for listeners. Are you eating chicken, bro? Because I got chicken I want to eat right now too, man.
I'm trying to be strong here.
Chicken that's sitting right there. I'm like, oh, some chicken on that, man. I don't want to get you. I'm not mad at you, man.
Somebody,
First off,
yeah.
while Dub is in the pause mode, I don't know. You got claps going on, man. We got the Velvet Jugganaut on the podcast, man. We just got all into it, man. And I know Dub gonna come back, but I'm definitely gonna come back and put and make it.
Nigga, I ain't froze. I'm sitting here listening.
No, I asked the question. You ain't answer.
Nigga, I know I didn't answer the question. You didn't get that. He's not
engaging.
You didn't see my eyes blinking. I purposely didn't answer that dumbass question.
Oh, okay. Well, back to what I was saying. You threw me off with the pause, man.
Yeah, you thought Zoom failed.
No,
I know he was. I know he was contemplating. I was
contemplating. I was contemplating going to get some ice. That's what I was contemplating.
Oh, the question was, what was the question again?
He said he put some sauce on it, and you
I was asking, what do you mean by the sauce?
He probably don't remember what the sauce was about at this point. He's thinking about that beverage that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Nigga know what this. When I say, man, I don't appreciate the sauce you just put on that. You know what I meant.
I just said it's not for me. It's for the listener, bro. What just said that? I said it's not for me. It's for the listener.
Hey, if you know, if you know, you know. You can't get mad because you've done me like that. I asked you to expound on a question. I asked you to expound on a question, and your words were, shit, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know.
We're moving on, man. I'm moving on. I think that in the grand scheme of things, we talking about quote unquote internet trolling or having an opinion. Like people have opinions, and it's fair and it's honest and it's okay for anybody to have any opinion they want. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is where me and Dove differ in an extent or in a space. I feel like an opinion can be wrong, man, and it's not wrong as if like you're a bad person for having that opinion, but like I just didn't have the right information to make the proper. Like I've had wrong opinions, bro. Me personally, I've had opinions that was wrong.
Well, I feel like though nowadays, especially if we talk about social media, nowadays, and there was always a popular person that people want to follow and stuff, but nowadays, when people say something, we kind of mentioned it earlier when we said it's like popular to hate the popular person, like when somebody's like, oh, I hate Jay-Z or Beyonce can't sing or whatever. But some people really feel this way about some of this stuff. But a lot of people, they do it because I guess it makes them feel different when they say, oh, I hate Drake, I hate Jay-Z or anything that's popular. Titanic's not a good movie. Whatever it is that they're saying, it's just, like I said, once again, some people really feel this way, but the other people, they just go and repeat it. And the crazy thing is, when you used to hear this stuff, you used to be like, wow, I never heard somebody say they don't like Jay-Z, or I never heard nobody say this or that. But now, since you got a million people saying it because they think they're going to be different, it ain't even different no more. It's like, as soon as you say that, I'm like, oh, I've heard this before. I was like, let me guess. Like, sometimes I put posts up in my group, and it's not really for engagement or something. Sometimes it's a science experiment and people don't know it. Like I'll put who can't sing, and I'll answer it before I get comments. I'll say they're gonna say Beyonce, and then they'll say Beyonce, and they'll say whoever that I'm like, watch, somebody's finna say this person. They're gonna say Michael Jackson sucks. Like somebody's gonna always say something that's like, cut the crap. So now I'm at the point where social media is more like the WWF. And yes, I said the WWF, not the WWE.
Man, WWF,
Yeah,
WWEs, man.
exactly. But
Right there.
Go ahead.
I'm asking you a very important question. Very important question. I keep showing my finger and it's red and it's black, and people be thinking that that's nail polish, but now I busted my finger, and it's
okay. I thought you was a rock star.
Yeah. Party like a rock star. But don't forget that you said that the internet's like WWF. You know what I'm saying? You post things. But I'm asking you, name your top 3 interviewers and SHI talkers from wrestling. Your top 3
interviewers from wrestling.
Yeah, the best SHIT talkers.
Ooh. I'm
All
gonna
time.
say all time.
Yeah.
Macho Man. I'm not doing them in any other order. And
Any order.
Macho Man. For sure. My dog want to come in here. Macho Man. I might go as far as I'm a weird guy. Mankind.
Okay.
Just because he's just a weird guy, and I just got a kick out of it all the time.
I didn't see that one coming, but I didn't see that one coming. No,
I did not see it either. But
I might say Booker T because of that moment that we all know.
Never.
Yeah. And that's just me thinking on the spot, but yeah.
And we coming for you, nigga.
Macho Man. Yeah.
Huh? You want me to go first or you go first?
Yeah, go ahead, call out them trash ass old ass rappers you finna call. I mean wrestlers you gonna call out, man.
Yeah, come on.
I said Ric Flair.
Nice.
You didn't leave with Ric Flair.
Dusty Rhodes.
Who?
Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, baby.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes. Okay.
You said Dusty Rhodes.
Anderson.
Who's the last
It's
one?
my 3. Arn Anderson.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Okay.
They're my 3. And didn't knock your 3. But
well, yeah, I'm not knocking your opinion, bro. Like I said, I don't believe your opinion's wrong.
Before he goes, this is proof of what I'm saying, of what I like them. I like when people give their real top 3 or top 5 or whatever it is, because what the problem is about what I said earlier about people saying what's popular. It's just like when you say, I don't even like the top 5 rapper conversation no more, because everybody just says the same ones and you never get. And I think people just say, let me say this because it's the rules. You have to say Nas, Jay-Z, Pac, and Biggie, or whoever. It's just certain ones that people say that they're like, this is the correct answer. And it's like, no, don't say the correct answer. Say your answer. But go for it, Doug.
I mean, I'm a fan of The Rock, bro. The Rock has fire promos. So, The Rock is definitely on my list. I'm also a fan of one of the greatest wrestling performers of all time, and that would be the great Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Woo.
Now, I could be taking into account some of the antics to go along with the shit talking and skits, but
the greatest wrestlers, and this is me, I'm telling you right now, but I'm being honest and true. You said the greatest wrestling performer, and you said Stone Cold Steve Austin in the same sentence.
I said one of the greatest performers, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You said one of the greatest wrestling performers, but and then you said Steve Austin in that same sentence.
You have to understand when I say that, I'm not just going by only in-ring actions. I'm going by in-ring actions, promos, skits, charisma, all of that wrapped into one, because it's fake anyway. So, I'm not talking about actually in-ring performance when it comes to like ring awareness and performers when it comes to wrestling techniques. No.
Yeah.
My third My third is gonna have to be a group looped in at one.
What's it? DX.
It's gonna have to be DX.
You know what? I like this. It seems like you had a certain era that you liked more than other eras.
The Attitude Era I liked more than other eras. Because to me, the Attitude Era had the best mic performers. Not necessarily the best ring technicians, but the best mic performers was the Attitude Era. I mean, now I'm not taking away from the Dusty Rhodes and Macho Mans and all of that, but the Attitude Era, because they could get away with a lot of bullshit too. They did a lot of bullshit.
Let me ask y'all a question then. If we could talk wrestling, especially we talking the time of wrestling that I really appreciate, who had the best finishing move of all time? I don't care if it's today, then, 80s, 70s, or whatever. I'm going with the... Huh?
Go ahead.
I'm going with the jackhammer, man. Goldberg. I used to love... I like that better than the spear. Just how he had him up, and he would hold him up so long, and he'd walk around with him. And then when he finally... Boom! I'm like, ooh.
Wait, now I'm asking a question. Are you talking about to look at or to actually do?
I'll say I'm speaking on to look at, because if we're talking about pain or something, then we probably would go pile drivers or stuff like that, or some of the submission moves or something.
I'm like, okay. You said if what Goldberg did had been, he did a Superman, or he did a steroided choke slam.
Suplex. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but my favorite move, I mean, it's a tie. It would be the figure four leg lock.
You're a submission guy, huh?
Or
You like?
I mean, I got three. I'm not gonna let you bait me. It's the figure four leg lock. The claw. The claw was
Mang, or are you talking about the mandible claw?
I'm talking about the Von Erichs.
Oh, okay. Whoa, yeah.
Von Erich's claw, because I ain't never seen none of them claws bleed.
You old,
Yeah.
man. You know that?
I ain't never seen any of them. No, I'm not old. I lived in Georgia for a while, so
Yeah.
and that's the thing that I think that played into some of what I was saying, because I used to live in Georgia, bro.
Indeed.
If you live in Georgia, bro, golf and wrestling, you know things about golf and wrestling that you ain't supposed to know.
I'm out there very frequently too, so.
Yeah, like Lex Luger is the god in Georgia. But anyway,
man, the torture rack, come on.
Oh man. Okay, so I got the claw, got the figure four leg lock, and the best finishing move. Whew.
Man, Doug finna say the Stone Cold Stunner then. So we might as well just leave him off.
Actually,
that's my three.
I was gonna say Coco B. West shit because it was fly. Because he did.
Oh, so you old too?
Yeah, he did the little bird man.
Coco, man, that was kind of like a ripoff of Jimmy Fly Snooker to me.
Yeah, they had a bunch of that going on.
Yeah, I can see that though. I can see that.
Super kick, sweet chin music. Like a lot of people had.
I can see that. I can see that. It's ridiculous now. Like, but see, the only thing about this new wrestling now is like there's no new shit done. Like
that, and a lot of moves are banned. Like they can't even do the regular pile. I get it, but I missed the pile driver. I think they do like a fake, more fake than ever pile driver, and I think the regular DDT, from what I heard, is banned. Just drop them on the head, like that's banned. The choke slam, you remember the one hand choke slam? Now they hold them up.
They do
with the other, and they kind of make them have a more padded drop. When they used to pick them up with one hand.
There's no more choke slams from hell between Undertaker and Kane. They probably fucked up a couple of people's spines, man. And then Randy Orton can't even do the RKO the way he used, that little swinging neck breaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he can't do it the way he used to do it.
That was my thing right there. RKO, that was a cold move. Like
Yeah.
I hit
Facts.
RKO many of people in life. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
facts.
I used to be a little dude. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have the height advantage. And I just had to use my speed and
Don't
you know,
say
so
don't say that because you're gonna prove his point when he said you was 105 pounds.
I'm not gonna
He's
say nothing.
smiling over.
I ain't
Okay.
gonna say nothing. I'm finna go get some. I'm finna go get some ice.
Dub never knew me at 5'7", 5'6". As long as Dub knew me, I would have been 6 foot plus.
You've
But
been 6'3", 125.
nah, but you see, Dub don't know that until until the middle of my ninth grade, I was like 5'4", 5'6".
Ah.
So when we go places, even to this day, we go places and see people, they remember me at 5'6".
Mm.
So they be
Hey,
like,
man.
"What? Huh?
What grade was this?
Oh, man. Ninth grade.
Damn, I've been the same height since like 6th grade, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Ninth grade.
Same.
I shot up I shot up. You know what I'm saying? I came
Indeed.
to high school as a point guard. And in my freshman year, I was a point guard. By the end of the year, I was playing point, small, and power forward. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
And tell us about that submission move you wanted to discuss with us.
Yeah, bro.
I told you my three, man. It's the RKO, the figure four, and what was the one I said? Oh, the claw, man.
So flip that. Who had the worst move?
The worst move.
Well, you know
I
what?
thought that
Let's do
Mankind.
this. Let's do this. Who was a superstar wrestler with a bad move? Because I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like
I know what you're talking about.
I think Hulk Hogan
Hulk Hogan.
was such a big mega star. And then when I finally found out, because I always just would see him wrestling, and I guess I wouldn't say I wasn't a fan, but I just wasn't paying attention to him like everybody else was. But when I finally was like, what is the special? And it was like the leg drop. I was like,
drop.
the leg drop?
You weren't old enough, man.
But I feel like back then that was like some fly shit though. Like when he first started wrestling,
it wasn't.
No, I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying when he first started wrestling, like the leg drop probably was like the shit.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
It was some big wrestlers with not good moves. Because like I said, I love Macho Man. And I love his character. I love everything about him. But he did the elbow drop. I was like, he did make it look fly though. But
Top of the ring, he would do this and jump. But like you got Ricky, like in the same time as Hulk Hogan, you had Ricky Steamboat, you had Jimmy Fly Snooker, you had Junkyard Dog, you had Ted DiBiase, you had a bunch of wrestlers that had moves. You had Jake the Snake, you had Ravishing Rick Rude, Sting. You had a bunch of wrestlers that had moves.
Bro,
you
Sting
did you know Jake the Snake was scared of snakes?
He was. Yeah, I did read about that. Jake the Snake was like scared of snakes, bro.
Yeah. You just say that Sting was overrated?
I think Sting was overrated, bro.
Oh, come on.
But you had Rick Steiner and the Steiner brothers. Sting, the Splash, the Sting, the Stinger,
Yeah, his move was kind of not good.
The five-star frog splash just modified?
We had the conversation about the Rock and Roll Express. Are you guys familiar with the Rock and Roll Express?
Was that Road Dogg, right? Was it Road Dogg?
Stop it.
In your time out. In your defense, Mr. Velvet, yes. Road Dogg Jesse James had some sort of guitar gimmick similar. So in your defense, you are correct.
Okay.
All right.
I was making sure I wasn't crazy here.
It was like matter of fact, it was him and Billy Guns. And they had this bullshit ass like guitaring cowboy gimmick.
Yeah.
both of y'all are I piss on y'all depictions of the Rock and Roll Express. I definitely do not agree with nothing y'all are saying right now. The Rock and Roll Express. First off, Mr. You don't have to give me your exact age, but give me the
I'm 38. If you're talking to me.
Okay. No, you ain't old enough, bro.
I ain't old enough. Shit.
Tell me. Put me on some game.
Bro, you got the Rock and Roll Express, bro. First off, the Rock and Roll Express at one point was the greatest tag team. The Rock, they were the greatest tag team in wrestling, bro.
Oh, at one point.
Like,
okay.
Are y'all familiar with 80s punk rock or 80s band
Oh yeah,
rock?
very.
Are you with
No,
Twisted Sister?
I don't listen to rock like that, bro.
We're not gonna take it.
Oh,
no,
okay.
We're not
Yeah.
gonna take it.
Bro,
I remember these cats.
These
We're
niggas damn near
not
look like the
gonna
Hollywood
take
Blondes.
But this is in 1985, bro.
The Hollywood Blondes was in 88.
The Hollywood
But see,
Blondes.
hold on.
The Hollywood Blondes was in 88.
I still got to hear the rest of y'all's who had a sorry move because he just giving me another question, but I don't want to throw too many out there.
Yeah,
I want to know who
moves
else had that
goalposts.
sorry. Who had the sorry move?
So Mankind
That's what I was gonna say too.
had a sorry
say
finishing move, but Cactus Jack did not.
Oh, then he used to drop them on their head some kind of way,
Yes,
didn't he?
Cactus Jack did not, and that's why. And see, that's really why your boy is one of the great her wrestlers, because he had 3 fire
Characters.
personalities that worked. You
Dude
had
Love.
Mankind, Dude Love, really 4, because you had Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and then just regular ass Mick Foley.
Mick Foley, yeah. This is true.
I don't know if Boogie's familiar with Cactus Jack.
Yeah, he thinks you're talking about Travis Scott.
Is the same dude. It's Mankind, but the Hollywood Blondes was 93, bro.
This guy here.
You know what? Damn, that means the Ringmaster was 88.
Ooh.
I don't know if you really know who the Ringmaster and the Hollywood Blondes are, though.
Who is it?
Blondes is that's Stone Cold Steve Austin, and who was his partner?
I forgot the other dude.
Steve
name.
Austin.
And
Yeah,
then, but before that, he was the Ringmaster or some shit.
Yeah,
This is when he had long, luscious locks.
Yeah, he had long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the $1 Million Man, or he was associated with them or something? Stone Cold.
No.
I don't
He
know.
was-
You talking about Ted DiBiase?
Oh yeah, okay,
No. I think there was a playoff of the show though. $1 Million Man. This was not the Ted DiBiase $1 Million Man he talking about.
Yeah, I think Stone Cold had some.
It was some
'cause
weird gimmick. He had a couple of gimmicks before the shit stuck, and his English wife was the one who gave him the Stone Cold name.
Because they all had a bunch of characters, just like X-Pac is the 1, 2, 3 kid.
He is.
Yeah,
He is.
and it's a few other people that are. I think Papa Shango. I didn't know this. I think Papa Shango, they said, was the Godfather when he came back as the pimp or whatever. I heard that was Papa Shango back in the 80s, or Papa Shango.
So wait, let me ask y'all a question. Nobody remembers when Terry Crews was a professional wrestler?
I think
it was short. It was short though. It was short.
I didn't say that the tenure was long. I'm just saying, does anybody remember when Terry Crews was a professional wrestler and his gimmick was a pimp? He came out with a fake necklace with a big ass money sign on it and cheap ass suits.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to take. You knew that Tiny Lister Jr. used to wrestle, because a lot of people didn't know that.
And Zeus.
Zeus, yeah.
Zeus.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't dealing with the Mandela effect. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no. These things happen. But
Yeah,
this is what I was going to ask y'all. Who had the best theme music? Because this is what made, I wouldn't say what made the wrestler, but this is what got you excited about them. When they come out and they got, some people had the sparks and they had the music that just did it for you. That made you drop your gummy worms and have a seat.
Am I adding the entire ring music interest looped in one, or just the music?
The music, the whole, let's just say this. Who had the best entrance?
To me,
the way they
it's 2.
came out, the music.
2, maybe 3.
Okay.
Batista's entrance was fire. I like Batista's entrance. It was fire.
Man, I'm partial to the Stone Cold only because we used it in a song. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all sample it?
Yeah. We used it in the song.
Ah,
Besides that, like I couldn't tell you no music because, like I said, I'm WCW, um, UWF. I'm
man, I used to,
80s.
but see, I used to watch WCW because one of my musics, he wasn't even like a top wrestler. I just used to like that song. But do you remember Eric Bischoff?
Boy,
Yeah,
you better
what?
stop.
Do you
Do we
remember
remember Eric
You
Bischoff?
better stop.
I'm back and better than never?
You better stop. Eric Bischoff. Yeah,
Eric
yeah,
Bischoff
yeah.
had the bangers.
You telling me you know Eric Bischoff and you don't think that the American Dreams, Dusty Rhodes is one of the best wrestlers of all time? The
Who said
best
that?
everything?
Dusty
I'm
Rhodes
talking
ain't
to.
never do it for me. You know what
Have you
though?
ever seen him? You ever seen him wrestle?
I have seen him wrestle. I'm gonna tell you now. I ain't
So,
gonna say he can't wrestle, but I think
you
I
can't wrestle at
was
all.
yeah. I think I was and this may be an age thing too, but I think I was more fascinated with the characters themselves. And
Yeah.
so when I saw any wrestler that that they had that traditional look where they had the little overalls or they just wore underwear, it just kind of turned me off of him. I think that's what I didn't like about Stone Cold because I liked his character. I liked when he had a vest, and then when he came out and he was just a man in underwear, it felt like his power was gone for me. So I was more like into Kane, the characters, like the Undertaker, because I'm like, oh, this man is a crazy character.
I can get with that. I can get with that. I'm gonna say,
I ain't gonna lie.
Dusty Rhodes.
I watch wrestling right now, and I feel a little weird watching niggas run around in underwear, bro.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
That's why, like I get it with Ric Flair, but that's why most of my people are just like these crazy characters. When I see Ric Flair now, I definitely salute him because he's one of the extreme. I don't use the word goat. I hate that word, but he's one of those guys that he's been around for a long time, and I like him. But I was always like those other characters and stuff like that. Like I didn't even really get into Andre Giant that much, but besides the fact that I was like, man, it's a big dude.
In a
This is a
leotard.
big motherfucker.
In
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
leotard.
With the one side, he had the what's it called? He had the one side.
Yeah.
He just had it on one side. Like, bro, that's like a bluff strap, bro.
Was that
Oh,
your?
I'll tell you one underwear wrestler I like, the Buff Bagwell. Not Buff Bagwell, Big Pop Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, because he used to go,
Big people pump. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because he was out of line, bro.
but he was being a character.
It's because he had so much steroids in the system, man. Like that's the guy. When I saw him, I was like, man, I
Ain't no
never
way.
do steroids, man, because
Yeah.
that make your arm pop out of your like Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner, the Steiner brothers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man! Like the boy arm, like he used to like he used to. I'm like, man, that don't even look natural, man. Like you got like a
Exactly.
whole entire baby
Yeah,
in
he had
your arm, man.
he had a lot
Man,
going on.
that boy, you know he was on Ross. That boy said, I will leave you in the hospital screaming in pain while I have your wife on her back screaming my name. Holla if you hear me. And he says this on a family broadcast.
Yeah. Well, you got to think wrestling then, 90s wrestling and 80s wrestling, and just forget wrestling, just TV in the 90s and 80s. Like, it's a lot of stuff. I remember my son is older now, but I remember one time I put on Rocco's Modern Life and I just like walked out the room because I used to always show him like older cartoons because he'll be like, show me cartoons from your day. And I put on Rocco's Modern Life. I walked out the room because I was like, oh, that's safe. When I came back, I overheard him saying that, something about doing it doggy style or something of that nature. And then I was like, whoa, I don't remember this. And then as I was showing him G.I. Joe and more stuff like that, I was hearing a lot of stuff like this, and I was like, "Oh, I guess this is just how it was."
The new He-Man.
The new
saw
He-Man?
that it's coming.
Yeah.
Shit, my bad.
This nigga is so personal, man.
I'm what?
He's a senior citizen.
He made me say the N-word, man. This nigga, I know, but keep going.
Oh, my bad, bro. I just been at work, you know what I'm saying? Working citizen,
Yeah, but-
you know what I'm talking about? No, y'all have not been at work. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
with these, man. I'm fuck with shit.
Yeah, Macho Man.
Boogie, don't do that no more, bro. Don't do that. What did you just flick? Skeletons?
You mad at the guns? You mad at the gun show, bro?
What gun show?
You mad because you the only one you think you got guns?
I don't have guns. I don't have guns. Well, no, I do have guns, but not the one you're speaking of.
Fun fact, they said that was another fun fact. They said Macho Man was in character so much that it was hard for him to come out of character. And when he would be home and his wife would be like, honey, you want me to bring you a drink? And he'll be like, oh yeah, bring me a drink, baby. WrestleMania. And she'll be like, yeah, honey, calm down. And he'll be like, oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I always thought that just was his character. I didn't think he was acting, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they said he was doing that all the time, but he was on cocaine too, so that'll help you.
Cocaine? It's a hell of a drug, man.
That'll help you do that voice.
Tripping? Didn't he die? Didn't his wife die? Or didn't Lex Luger die in a hotel with his wife or his ex-wife? I know.
Who, Lex
Elizabeth
Luthor?
left him. Lex Luger.
Oh, okay.
Not Luther. Lex Luger. Elizabeth left Macho Man for Lex Luger. And I want to say that she OD'd. One of them OD'd together.
I think she OD'd. I thought that nigga still was alive.
Yeah, I think
Macho Man?
No, Lex Luger.
Oh.
He like in a wheelchair or something. I think he's still alive. I think Elizabeth
he
died
look bad.
with a coke OD.
But I think one of them OD'd with
She OD'd.
Yeah, she was on that stuff.
Lex is either still alive or just died within like the past 5 years. I could be wrong though, but I thought I saw a homie like in a wheelchair.
Damn.
Am I tripping? Is he still alive?
Well, she did.
Well, I know she did, but
yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to see.
Yeah,
she
wanted to know. And did she die with Lex Luger in his presence or whatever?
I think she died with him in the hotel. Like he was in the hotel room when she died.
She was there when he died. Lex Luger, right?
Yeah, Lex Luger was there, but he's not dead though, right? Huh?
He could be dead now, but I never dead. But
Lex Luger's dead now.
I don't know. I think he is. I'm almost sure he is.
I don't, but I think he died recently, like in the last 5 or so years. I don't think he died like 20 years ago.
Yeah, let's make sure we're not killing people off on the podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna kill a nigga.
Let me see. I'm gonna show his face now. That's all I'm gonna show his face now, man. That's told. That's told.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's 65 years old.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You got to cycle off the steroids, man. When you don't cycle off the steroids, and ain't doing coke, you're not gonna look good at 65.
Man, it's crazy because like some of the people come off of that and then they like be trying to go vegan or something, and a lot of people who be going vegan, they be looking strange. I don't know if you ever heard of the carnivore diet, but I did that shit one time, and man, I might get back on. You ever heard of the carnivore diet?
I've heard of it, but I don't know any details of it.
It's a diet. So you see the gun show to me a diet. This shit. You going a diet with a gun show, bro?
Man, trust me, the carnivore diet. Although I feel threatened by this gentleman. Now, although it sounds crazy, it's like you eat straight. What it sounds like, straight meat or whatever. You can have beans, you can have eggs and stuff like that, but you take a look. Huh?
You sound like you on some Liver King shit, bro.
No, look, this is crazy thing about it though. You eat so much, you take so much meat to the dome that you end up.
Pause. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. There. You gotta stay. Yeah, I'm a book. You gotta stop. You gotta stop
right there.
Like, that is like I almost logged off, bro. I almost hit in. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, bro. That's crazy, bro.
So much meat to the dome.
And you gonna repeat it too? That's even wilder. Pause, Boogie. Pause.
Well, look, he didn't start getting naked.
Yeah,
he didn't close the screen. As soon as he heard that, he started taking his clothes off.
I don't know what to say about you, Boogie. Say it ain't so. You better not pop
Please
up
like
with a
and
wardrobe.
subscribe and leave him a review.
Oh, he walked up with a wardrobe change.
He said, but I me don't know.
You got naked when you heard that.
Why I can't hang my shirt? I put my shirt.
But you heard "Meet to the Dome," then all of a sudden your screen went dark, and then your garments got ripped off.
I didn't take clothes. Man, you can't have the clothes be associated with that, man. Like, oh no, I gotta take my whole wardrobe off.
Yeah,
man.
You gotta watch some clothes now.
Yeah, man.
I hope your listeners leave a comment about their thoughts on you removing your garments today. You know what? I don't even want to have that conversation. We just gonna leave that part alone.
Yeah. Man, it's we've had a wonderful conversation, man. I ain't cussed up out. He ain't cussed me out. Uh, what? And we talked about wrestling. We talked about music. We talked about a bunch of stuff, man. I got my fake glasses on, man. I got 20/20, bro. I just want to be intelligent looking.
Same thing. I got some too, but people be getting on my head about it. They say I'm offending the glasses community.
Man, look.
There's a community of glasswares.
Yeah, there's a community for everything.
What? I didn't know I was in a community. I'm blind as fuck. I just want to see. I didn't know there was a community for glasswares, though. I didn't know I was a part of a community.
Once you like, I wear jerseys. I'm in the jersey community, bro.
I ain't no joiner. I don't identify with them loser ass niggas, bro. I just wear glasses to see, bro. I don't care about no communities. I ain't no joiner, bro.
Everything is a community for some reason. That's just how it works.
What is something that we need to talk about before we exit, man? What is something that's very poignant?
Nothing.
It's something that I've missed. I know we talked about the hiss. We talked about Bigfoot. We talked about
You haven't mentioned Ice Spice and her telling people that she thinks you're a fart.
I saw that. I heard it. So what I always do, and once again, like I said, the information, the way that we operate in this thing is that basically somebody drops something and you listen to it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I got to see what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Whether I like it or not, I got to listen to it, right? We were supposed to have another guest on in conjunction, but I got a text about they had a situation and they got whatever. So hopefully next time I'm gonna connect y'all. I'm gonna connect y'all to you and the other. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a magazine. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to connect. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But man, like you said earlier, bro, it's all about just being able to just to be in the algorithm, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like people say stuff like, "This is how the algorithm works," and I do, but we don't know how it works, man. We don't know because
the
works,
algorithm, like the stock market, really, like it's just like you just go.
Yeah, people say like I know how it works. If I do this, like, but that's not how it works. Like,
but you know what though? I'm hearing, and I consume a lot of media like this, and they're basically saying, which is kind of true, that a lot of people, this is why people are saying, music ain't the same and stuff like that, because at one point people was actually making the music. I'm not going to be the old man and say what's better and what's worse. I'm just saying the way music is made, it used to be artists go and make the music that they wanted to make. Now they're like, if I make this song and if I put this catchy part on here, they're going to use it on TikTok and it's going to be a dance. So you're kind of chasing the algorithm, and you are right. You don't know what the algorithm is, but people say, hey, I seen this guy do this and it works for him. And I seen this guy do this and it works for him. And he got a lot of clicks on TikTok. So then they go in there and they're not even making genuine music that they want to make. That's also why you get people saying catchy stuff like Ice Spice saying, you're not the shit, you're just a fart. And Sexy Red saying, pussy pink, booty hole brown, or whatever. It's a new catchy method that they're saying that basically within the first couple of seconds of your song, you have to say something like really absurd because people don't give it much time anyway. So as soon as the song comes on, you just say, "I put a wine bottle in my asshole" or something, and then people are like, "Whoa!" And then that song goes viral. Doesn't mean it's good. It just means people are like, "Listen to what he said." So
I said, "Whoa!" in my head just now. To be honest with you, after you said, "Put the wine bottle in your asshole." Pause.
yeah,
But I said the exact same thing. I said the exact same thing. I was like, man, it's not about, it's the whole conversation or the whole thing is about how viral can I be? Or like, I'm not making music to make music. I'm making music to be seen.
mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying, do I want to make music because I like music? I want to be popular.
Mm-hmm.
So even the artists that you respect are saying
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, let's say I'm name an artist, I don't know. Doja Cat, right?
Yeah,
Doja Cat is dope as fuck, bro.
facts.
But is she but at what point did Doja Cat realize once she made Bitch I'm a Cow, she was like, damn, like this is my speculation. I feel like once she seen that she can do numbers playing people, she's like, I'm gonna keep doing that, right?
Yeah,
And then I'm a step into I'm gonna keep doing it until I can do what I want. Because
you know
Doja
what?
Cat got
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because she is an example that people use because they say there's a lot of artists, how you come out and then they say, cool, you need to start getting on TikTok, you need to start doing this, and that. A lot of artists don't want to do it, even though that is one of, the media outlets that will kind of get you seen. But
yeah
there is a thing that they say that some artists kind of get stuck in that where like you do something and nobody really wants to. I guess an example, maybe like Lil Dicky. Like he made a lot of parody type of music. So if he made serious music, probably nobody would want to hear it because he's done it so long. If he was like, yo, I'm finna really go off and try to show my skills, we'll be like, oh, we're only here to laugh. But they said what Doja Cat did that was genius, that she did that and then she stopped. Like she was like, bitch, I'm a couch, and she got everyone's attention. And then she was like, while y'all are
yeah
looking, I actually can rap. And it kind of helped her to be like, I don't have to keep doing this. But then you got some other people like Lil Nas X that's still doing these trolling things because it's I'm not gonna say it's the only way, but it's kind of like this is how I'm gonna get your attention. And now we're like, I don't know, you're just doing this, you know?
but in the same breath, Lil Nas X was 100% cognizant of him trolling. He's
Yeah,
trolling purposely.
yeah,
But
exactly.
but our community
I'm
will
catching you.
tell Lil Nas X, you're you're um uh being you're
Blasphemous.
atheist, you're
All right.
you're you're blasphemous or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, nah, bro, I'm not blasphemous, man. I'm
You
entertainer.
don't think two things can be true? You don't think that he can be
No,
time out, let me finish. Let me finish. You don't think he can be
but
trolling and being blasphemous at the same time?
I do.
no,
Why
I do.
not?
I know.
Tell me why not.
What I'm saying is, if the goal is to get paid, if my goal is to get money, and I'm saying like I want to get paid, how can I get paid? Well, this will get me paid, so I don't care about nothing else after that.
If you
Everything I
rob
do,
if you rob a bank, you'll get paid, but it's still a crime too.
Yeah.
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 And then,
Exactly.
and hold on,
Yeah.
but when I go to court, am I gonna say I was just trying to get paid? I'm gonna say these. Hold on. I'm gonna say these are the reasons why I robbed the bank. I didn't have opportunity. I didn't. My teacher didn't do this. I'm gonna give my lawyer.
That
My
ain't gonna
my
change
lawyer.
your sentence, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yes,
not
it
finna
is.
change your sentence. You
Yes, it
still
is.
finna do that.
Hold on.
What? You still
Hold on.
finna do
Hold on.
that 10 to
Let me
15?
finish. Let me finish. My lawyer is going to give 17 reasons why I was forced into this situation, and he's going to ask the court for mercy because, like, nah, he wasn't doing it out of malice. He was doing it out of desperation.
You're right.
So
So when he put the gun in the teller's face, it wasn't out of malice. It was because he had
He wants to feed his child.
he wanted to feed his child, and that's cool, and that could be true. And like I said, two things could be true. You
He's
still
still
finna do that 10 to 15 though.
Yeah, facts.
no. What I'm saying is him doing the 10 to 15 is irrelevant. What I'm saying is
he got paid still.
No, his reasoning for doing it and his trying to get out of getting, like, the sentence was 40 to 50. But then I'm gonna come with my lawyer and said, nah, man, I was just trying to get paid. I was just trying to feed my kids. So he wants the judge and the prosecution to have sympathy for him.
You know what? Well, check this out. This is and I ain't gonna stray too far from where you're at, but you're making me think of this. I feel like I could be wrong, but I think Lil Nas X is an independent artist, and if he is, then this will be true. Is he signed to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I feel like, well, I won't use him as an example, but I feel like a lot of people that be independent be having to do more shenanigans because they don't have no machine behind them. And everybody, air quotes, wants to be independent. And I'm not anti-independent, but I'm not all the way anti-label like everybody are. And I think what happens is people run off and become independent. And now you got to, do blasphemous behavior. Now you got to make a demon video and everything else just to get somebody's attention because you don't have those dollars behind you. Whereas if somebody else is signed, they just put a song out and then they're on a Target commercial and they didn't have to alter their religion or anything. Because I'm kind of rolling with Dub here. I still think it's blasphemous. I do think you're correct. Like, I don't think that's his goal.
Yeah.
I think he's like, this is going to get people's attention. But it doesn't change the fact that, I don't know if you're a religious man or something, but I don't think God is going to look down and say, well, he's just promoting his album. I think once he gets those pearly gates, he's going to open that book and say, I know you're promoting your album, but we're going to have to hit you up for that still.
Yeah, you still got a double lap dance. I do have a question for you though, Book. I'm glad we're here, and I respect your stance. Huh? Why you stopping me? Why you stopping me?
I want to answer his question. I want to answer his statement.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I was cooking too.
Don't forget.
No, go ahead. Yeah, don't forget. Just hold on to it for a second. What I'm saying is,
I don't like that sauce you put on that either.
Wait, I want you to cook. I just want to answer this question. That's it.
You want me to use like salt and pepper? You want me to use like paprika, sazon? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying that, is it fair to allow every other person to be able to cook? I'm saying Martin Scorsese and promote all these or put this other imagery out that are negative, but then say, Lil Nas X, you're held to this standard. There's a movie called Spit on Your Grave, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So to create this movie, you have to create a scenario in your head where a woman gets raped by 4 men and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the woman comes back and does whatever, right?
Indeed.
So that producer, he doesn't have any accountability. Like, how could you even think of that scenario, right?
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
But Lil Nas X doesn't get the opportunity to be able to create this scenario over here and then come back on the backside. He don't get to complete his story. Once he puts, because this is an ongoing story. This is an ongoing, you know what I'm saying? He don't get the ability to finish his story. Just one part of his story is he's held accountable to that part the whole time.
I'm going to tell you this. What you're saying, there's truth in what you're saying, but this is what I think. I feel like, and I'm not going to say people who write movies get a free pass because it's a movie and try to make it different. But I do feel like I'm a big intention person. I think I ain't going to say these people ain't sick who writing these movies because they might be writing stuff and we just say it's a cool movie, but there's some sick shit behind it. But I think when you're writing a movie, for what we're receiving it as, it's a movie. we watch it and we say, "Oh, that was crazy," and we go about our day. There may have been some sick behind it. I don't know. We normally don't get that side of the story. With Lil Nas X, what he's doing, what makes it different for me is because I see what you're doing. I don't know what I just say, oh, that was a crazy movie. What Lil Nas X is doing is he's like, okay, I'm gonna pick this specific group of people and I'm gonna piss them off because it's gonna be promotion. You know how they say, oh, promotion is good promo, whatever. So once he pisses everybody off, everyone's gonna say, I'm gonna go check this song out. Even if you don't like him, even if you're not a fan, a lot of times you be like, let me go see what he did so I can get mad and so I can speak to it online and everything else. But what I notice is when it comes to religion and stuff, and I don't want to go pastoral service and have to take an offering here on this podcast, but I feel like people don't be playing with no other religion except Christians because they know that that's who they're gonna get a reaction out of. If Lil Nas X would have said, "I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna be a Buddha or something," I ain't gonna say no one would have said anything, but the reaction wouldn't have been the same. It's a smaller community. If he would have said, "Oh, I'm gonna, try to do something for the Hindu people," somebody might say something. But he knew. He was like, "Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing because I'm gonna get a reaction." That's kind of why Doja Cat went, even though I didn't really see her video, so I'm not gonna say that that was her goal was to be a demon or whatever. But it does get people's attention, and I think he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. What you gotta say, Doug?
I just had a question about your stance on this particular stance right now, how we are here. With Lil Nas X. I'm not debating your stance. I respect your stance. My question would be, we talked a couple of weeks ago about Cat Williams and the Cat Williams interview. And your words were, like Kevin Hart's and some of the other people that Cat criticized about the way they got their come up is, as a people, we shouldn't be doing that because of who we represent and what we've been through. And I might be paraphrasing and not saying it exactly how you said it, but I know you specifically spoke about Kevin Hart in the movie Get Hard and was like, well, some of them jokes, he shouldn't have been doing just, because of the representation. So my question would be, how is that piece any different than Lil Nas X and what he doing? Because you just said Lil Nas X could be trolling. And even with the bank robbery example, my goal is to get to the bag because of X, Y, and Z. And I got caught. It's still a crime, but I did the crime because of X, Y, and Z. And then, Lil Nas X is trolling, not trying to be blasphemous, but to the masses, it comes across as blasphemous. And, we should know he's trying to get to the bag. How is that any different with the Kevin Hart's putting on a dress, doing the jokes you say he shouldn't be doing because of what he represents? How is that any different?
222 and 7% different.
I couldn't hear you because you're a little muffled.
425,000 and 75%.
How is it different?
Because Lil Nas X is independent. And it's independent. It's clear. Whereas a big robbery is real. It's real. So why are we comparing something that's real to something that's not real?
What are you talking about?
If Martin Scorsese could make a movie about monsters and we can realize that, it's a pretend movie. It might have real elements in it, but it's still pretend. It's not real.
I'm asking specifically about Cat Williams. I don't want to talk about Martin Scorsese.
Well, Cat Williams.
I'm sorry. I'm asking specifically about the Kevin Hart aspect of what you brought up about the movie, the jokes, what he shouldn't be doing because of what he represents. I'm asking, how is that any different than what Lil Nas X does? They're both entertainers. It's both being done for entertainment. It's not real. They're both playing a character or a part in a piece of entertainment. So how is it any different?
So you're asking me, why is Lil Nas X pretending to be gay or being gay different from Kevin Hart being gay, or pretending to be gay, or pretending to be homosexual?
Yeah, I guess. I'm just asking what's the difference between the two artists. That's what I'm asking.
The difference between Lil Nas X and Kevin Hart is Lil Nas X is saying, I'm gay. That's what he's saying. Literally, he's saying, I'm gay, and this is my art. And Kevin Hart is saying, I'm straight, and I'm being gay for my art.
Hmm.
And the question is, are you being gay for your art because it pays, or are you being gay for your art because you want to? That's the question.
But you just said that Lil Nas X is doing all of this because he's a troll and he's doing it for the bag. So he's doing it for money.
Was you against Tekashi 6ix9ine? Because I feel like, even though it did end up in court, I feel like he was doing the same thing. I kind of see them two very similar, Tekashi and Lil Nas X, not as in who is better or who's getting more sales, but as far as all the shenanigans that happen.
They're just playing the part
before music comes out. It's like this happened, this, and it's like, oh, I'm dropping a song tonight.
Yeah. So, in the grand scheme, if that's the case, then if they're all playing a part, then let's not. This narrative of black men putting on a dress is dumb as fuck. Then.
I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dumb as fuck.
Okay. I agree with that though.
I'm not.
I think it's dumb as fuck. I personally think it's dumb as fuck because I'm like, it's a dumb conversation on any level because every race and every genre from the beginning of time has participated in this thing. It's not like it's just they only put black men in what you call it. Just we created this fake facade that black men can't be in a dress, but it doesn't. It's where
you probably got a dress on right now underneath because we only seeing you from the top. You know, you might have a dress on. Don't show us. I don't want to see. I'm just saying that's a skirt.
So with that take, would you say that some of Cat Williams' rant was bullshit then?
No, that's just how he feels. It's not bullshit. It's how he feels. But I'm saying that.
So what did you just say about your thought process of the conversation of the dress? You just said it again so I can have clarity. I'm sorry.
Said that the whole conversation that there's there's
a spirit man putting black people in a dress.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy because no, man, no,
yeah, I don't think that. I agree with you.
Let me talk layman's terms. Niggas just don't like gays, bro. And niggas have a problem with homosexuality. And so they'll say anything they gotta say to make homosexuality seem like it's bad. But what I'm saying,
and that it's a clubhouse that somebody trying to put it on them.
Yeah.
So okay. So what do you say to
being real?
I'm asking questions. I don't really give a fuck. But my question would be, what do you say to the actual black male actors who are a part of Hollywood who have stressed this? Would you say that it's bullshit?
That's some bullshit, my nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Let me answer.
I'm gonna let you answer, but I'm glad you're there because I have one more piece.
No, let me fully answer.
I have one more piece, and then you can answer.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Would you say Cat Williams was bullshit?
No, what I'm saying is,
go.
What I'm saying is that it's not like you can't look back from 2010 to 2000 to 1990 to 1980 to 1970 to 1940 1930 to 1855 to however far back you go to where you see that there are men playing the roles of women. Like, this is acting. This is not real life. Yeah. So people trying to equate real life with acting is just saying that once again, going back to the very first conversation we had in this podcast, like, man, this shit is acting, bro. This shit's not real life. You can't equate this shit the same. So if I want to say, it's a bunch of hard ass niggas that be like, yeah, they're trying to give me this role in a dress. Like, so you could say no, or you could say yeah, But either way it goes, like you don't have to like it's just it's a part of it's acting. So you
But
saying
the crazy thing about it, sometimes people say that, and they say it's some crazy white man putting us on a dress, and in some cases, we be the directors or the producer or the writer are involved. And I'm not saying that that even that we're doing it to people on purpose or something, but like just like I guess white chicks they did it, they came up with it, they thought it was funny. I don't
yeah.
think well, I
It
don't
was
know, but
funny.
I don't think that Marlon is gay or whoever's gay or what. I just think they thought it was funny. Some people do that, and some people just how Robin Williams did Miss Doubtfire, and that there's a lot
Yeah.
of other characters that they've done like that. I don't think when you go to the movie set and they give you the script, they take you behind the building and there's a man just levitating in the back like, ha, 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 you're gonna put a dress on. I'm the king of the dress club. They show you the
This.
script
But
and you pick it up, or you decline it, or you can say, yeah, no.
you can. You can, but okay, but
this.
see, but this my
Watch
thing though.
this.
But this my thing though, Book, because that was part of your conversation about the importance of what Kat was saying. Kat was saying, I could have had those parts. I chose not to do this. I chose not to put on a dress. I chose not to play the gay jail nigga in the movie.
Yeah.
And your stance was riding with Kat because of those stances. Because you said, nah, we shouldn't be doing that type shit. We shouldn't be doing that type goofy shit.
No.
But that's what you said.
No. My point was that Kevin Hart was trying to make Kat's points irrelevant, but Kat was like, bruh, all the roles that you have, I had them first. I could have took them same roles. I chose not to take them roles, and you took them roles. So now when you come back and try to say that the reason why I'm not where you are is because I didn't show up or I was late or nah, bruh, they called me first.
I don't believe that. But see, I don't believe that that's 100%. I don't think we can take that as 100% the gospel.
Okay,
First
cool,
off, but then
cool.
secondly, your example was the movie Get Hard. You specifically brought up that movie and spoke about the way Hart acted in the movie and some of the jokes he told. And your words were, well, he shouldn't have been doing that. Those are things he shouldn't have been doing.
Hold on. My words were that Cat Williams was like, I could have been in that role, but Cat Williams, not JB, because at the end of the day, what I'm going to say is, what I'm saying is that when you put it on a grander scale of the whole situation, it's like that shit don't even matter, bro. We just pretending, man.